Trial is set to begin. They're doing jury selection. Um, it's outside the court. They weren't in the hallways of the courtroom. There was some kind of shouting match that occurred. It was very indistinct, and it was very difficult to decipher what and whom was involved. Um, I I think this is like a precursor. This is like a harbinger of what will happen. I see possible legal representation going into the courtroom now. People are entering right now, so it's interesting to see this. Um, some outlets don't have comments. Some outlets do. So it's very interesting. It seems like the jurors maybe are filing in. I'm not sure if they are the jurors, but apparently so. They may be going into the various rooms that the jurors inhabit for that time period, following or prior to a court case. So I'm just checking on. I have multiple screens going. I got the TV screen on YouTube. I got the MacBook on YouTube as well, but a different channel. I got CNN News, and I think this is Crux TV. This is Crux Live. That was the first one I saw. But CNN has their comments open, so I'm just watching the comments. They're pretty devious, pretty harsh, I should say. Maybe not devious. They're pretty harsh. And for good reason. Good reason. They're going against a monster. And I say, Harvey Weinstein, he should be, should he be free? That's the question. Should he be free? Harvey Weinstein, should he be free? This is the third installment of that. It says he faces a new trial on sexual assault charges in New York, as the disgraced Hollywood producer faces an additional charge for all allegedly assaulting an unnamed woman. So we have another Jane Doe at a Lower Manhattan hotel in 2006. But this is the interesting part. This won't even let him skate. Even if he's found, not guilty on these charges, he still has to serve 22 years for crimes he committed. He was convicted. I can say he committed them in in California. So we have to really take into that to account. See where that goes. So the sexual assault case, whatever that may be described as, he's still on the hook. He's still on the hook, no matter what. I mean, this retrial is kind of interesting because it's like, well, what's the point? I don't understand. Is it just like, is this a symptom of justice? This is what justice looks like. I can get off on these charges, but I still have to pay the piper for 22 years. And he'll probably appeal. I think he's appealing that as well and pleading not guilty on that front. It's amazing. Really is amazing. I don't know if the trial will be televised. I doubt it. I don't think it will. I do not think it will be televised. It depends on, what level of, I don't know. Let me look that up. Why are some trials televised and others not? Why? Some states have laws that allow live broadcast of trials. Each state is different on procedures for broadcasting trials. So I guess that's the short answer. Advocates say video and photography by the press inside a courtroom can educate the public and ensure a fair trial. That's interesting to know. With all of this, being played out, I mean, what can you do about it? I mean, the man is the man. This lower than life form, this subhuman, Harvey Weinstein. It's just horrific for him. It's horrific. And he has all kinds of ailments. He's got cancer. He's got, cardiovascular disease. He's walking with a walker. It just is a mess. It's a monstrous mess. Just an ugly, ogreish, disturbed, disgusting soul kind of person. That's who he is. So I'm just waiting to see if they go in the courtroom, because they have it on the outside and then some of it on the inside as well. Hold on, I'm gonna put this on mute. I guess I can go because it's news. It's news, and so.
I also want to express my gratitude to District Attorney Bragg. As soon as this conviction was overturned, DA Bragg and the prosecutors trying this case, Shannon Lucy, Nicole Blumberg, and Matthew Colangelo, demonstrated their unwavering commitment to retrying this case and making sure that there is justice for what has been done to these women. And we're going to hear a lot of noise during this trial. Over the next several weeks, these women will testify about these heinous acts that have been committed against them, and intimate details of their lives will come out. During the trial, there will be a lot of pundits, commentators, and so-called experts discussing whether or not these acts were consensual. But what matters here is the facts. And I'm confident that a jury will find that these acts were not consensual, and they will convict. I am confident that there will be justice in this case. I have time for a few questions if anyone has any.
Why is it so important that this retrial takes place?
So the Me Too movement was really sparked with these droves of women coming forward with allegations against Weinstein. And I think it has given a lot of individuals around the world the power and strength to come forward with allegations of sexual assault that may not have happened 10 years ago. So I think it's important that we see justice in this case for all of the women who have come forward against Harvey, not just the ones who have had the opportunity to testify against him.
Was your client eager to testify?
My client simply told her story to the prosecutors in 2020, and when they came forward and asked her to testify, she was willing to do so because, it is important for women everywhere and for people who are victims of sexual assault everywhere that others pave the way and show their dedication in this fight against sexual assault. Thank you so much for your questions and for your time. I'm going to head in now.
All right, you just heard from, I think, one of the defense attorneys regarding the case and what should be happening in the next few weeks. She seemed very, very confident in her demeanor. She stood, she wasn't slouched. She was she stood tall. She gave her various ideas. And spoke to the public with gravitas and truth, according to her. It's a very far cry to say that Harvey Weinstein could possibly, skate on these charges, not just allegations, charges. Or at least this charge. I think it's a charge. I can't remember if it's a charge or charges. But anyway, it really doesn't matter. That's the main thing that you have to remember. 22 years he has, and he's trying to appeal that in California. I don't think that's going to happen for him. I doubt it. I doubt that highly. I don't see that happening in his future. It's not going to happen. So they're outside the criminal court building in New York, back into the ground level, I guess it is. They're waiting like they're waiting to board a plane. They have their bags on the ground and they have their arms folded, and they're in a queue right next to the door or the hatch. I'm telling you, this is just so bizarre. This whole thing is so bizarre. I mean, it's all emotion driven. It's all nihilism. It's all, whim worshiping. I can do whatever the hell I want. I can sleep with women and force them to do things to me that they don't want to do. It's all based on whim. It's not based on being a man and choosing your actions properly and doing the right thing. Now I have 0 viewers right now. This is interesting. What was it that made this go from? I used to have 150 viewers. 150. It made me have 9,000 viewers to 0. 1, 2. It was 1 person in here. There was 2 people in here. Now there are 0 people in here. What happened, YouTube? You let me down. You disappointed me. I'm supposed to get money from this. This is not fun. It's the whole point of this thing is to get money from you. And you're not giving it up. I don't understand. But I'm not mad. I'm just saying it's interesting. It's very interesting because it was going for a while. It was going for a good minute. It was going for a while where it was like people will be in the 10s, in the teens, and in the 20s and stay there. And then be fine. And then a week later, it climbed to the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100, 150. I was like, okay, whoa, where are we going? Let's go. Let's do this. It's Sky Saunders seeing time. Are you busting this cannon or what? Like Mr. Troy Star Terrain would say. Are we busting this cannon or what? So I got 0 likes and 0 views right now. So this is probably just gonna be thrown away, and I'm gonna wait till the actual trial begins before I go anywhere else. I'll give it 4 more minutes 4 minutes at least. Yeah, it's about 4 minutes left. Oh no, it's about 6. It's less than 60 minutes left. Excuse me. Going on 5 minutes. So I'm a little dismayed at that. Okay, and this is one. Who are you? One person. What is this one person? They're just quiet. They don't add a comment. They're just there. Do they mean to be here? Do you mean to be here, one person? Why don't you tell like 1,200 friends of yours to say, yo, look at this guy. He's a silly guy, but he's got some ideas about this Weinstein fellow. What do you think? What are your ideas? What are your opinions? Viewer number one, my sole viewer. Do you have any opinions? Or you just want to watch and then go away, have a 0? I think that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be 1, and it's gonna go down to 0. That's what I think is gonna happen. I'm really mad. I am mad. This is one thing I am mad about. Vocal.media. The one and only site that is the most viable for creating content is having intermittent, spells of being able to be utilized and not. So it's getting on my nerves right now. But this is cute. Okay, so we got 2. Okay, who is this? Who's this? Rottweiler. What's popping? I hit the like. Change your clothes. Nope, this is my uniform, sir. Always will be with this uniform. Appreciate it anyway. I'm waiting for this trial to start. I'm seeing what happens. I'm looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it, like I'm just looking forward to get this money. Let's be honest. I get paid, when I get my views up. So let's not get it twisted. That's the reality of it. So we do have 2 people in here. Make sure you tell somebody. Money got it. TK? No, not TK. We're not talking about TK anymore. Talking about TK. We are off of TK. Alright, so I'm looking for down to 1. 1 person watching. Is it just you? Who's okay? Go back to Jesus. Texas in the building. Yes, the old. Oh my God, the light is crazy. Yes, the old. Yes, the OG stream. Yeah, man, this is real. I'm just testing it out. I might, I was going to go for 20 minutes. I might go for a half an hour to an hour. I might go as long as the trial goes for. I might go for as long as until the trial begins. We will see. 3 people. Okay, so are we gaining traction? Are people waking up or saying that? Who this nigga? This nigga live? What? Jesus created Texas in the image of heaven. Texas, our Texas. Yes, I got 2 Texans in the building. I don't know who's the Texan fan or the Cowboys fan. I think Texas is the Cowboys fan, and Rottweiler is a Texan fan. Right, that was beautiful. Texas, our Texas. Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out which is which. Are you a Texan fan, Rottweiler, or are you a Cowboys fan? I meant God though. Okay. You guys can be mystified all you want. That's fine. I respect that. I don't approve of it, but I respect it. I don't approve. So you can, do that all you want. That's fine. Oh, this is weird. They're just showing outside the building of the courthouse. I don't know what. They were just showing it underneath, and people were yelling and screaming. It was wild, but that since has died down. All right, so what do we got? Cowboys. Okay, so we got 2 Cowboys fans and a Cowboys supporter. I'm not a fan. I'm a supporter. My dad's a fan. God and Jesus are the same. Right. Uh-oh, here we go. Uh-oh, so it's down to 0 again. They were both in here at the same time. Rottweiler and Texas. Could be the morning hour. I don't know. If I'd done this later in the day, would have made a difference. I don't know. Back to one like, one viewer, one like. I'm gonna test the other channels. On YouTube, they got people in the. This is CNN News. They're covering people just outside the doors. People are looking down at their phones, of course. I mean, did Steve Jobs did he just say, you know what? I'm gonna make people look down for the rest of their lives. He was that much of a genius. He was that great. He said, I'm gonna make sure people look down at their phones for the rest of their lives. Everybody, listen, there's 5 people in the queue. 4 of them are looking down at their phones. Wow. I haven't gone. Well, I was just going by the count. The count said you went somewhere. Texas Carnage, and it says, I guess they want to call them high five, but a lot of people think they're praying hands. So then he has some other cup of coffee, I guess. Speaking of Texas, what are we speaking of Texas? Speaking of Texas, what do you got to say? Why haven't you told 17,000 people about me yet? You got places you can share, this video. Let it go viral. I'm trying to go viral. Mr. Troy Terrain is not trying to go viral. I'm trying to go viral. He tries not to. So we still got the 2 in here. I guess it's Rottweiler in Texas. 2 Texas boys. Sky, you even report on you ever report on the Austin Metcalf story? Is that Kendrick Kendrick Carmelo Anthony? Is that the Carmelo Anthony story? I never even really looked past it behind what Mr. Troy Star Terrain was talking about. I've never done it. No. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. I don't. The story is just all. I wouldn't be able to delve into it as much as these cases. I'm better with cases with that are already in trial. Already about to go to trial. But that case is yet to go to trial. He's on $250,000 bond. So. Gotta be on the lookout for that. But I'm looking for this. They're just having video of New York City, people walking across the street, people going in the cabs, people walking down the sidewalk. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Like, would you be my neighbor? I appreciate you both for being here. Make sure you tell other people about this broadcast. If you find value in this broadcast, make sure you tell other people about it. They will like it as well, most likely. And they will tell other people. And they will tell other people. And it will build a bigger audience. That's the whole point. Because I'm here for the money. So we got 3 people in here. 3 people in here. 2 people already mentioned. One person's, typing away at something, going to say something to me. Let's see what happens. I'm looking for that doesn't look good. Story's new. What the hell? What is that about? What? Oh, this is gonna piss me off. I had this down. Oh my god. I gotta do it all over again. Are you serious? See, vocal is funny. Vocal is funny. They give you money, but now they're acting stupid. Like they got hit with a DDS or something like that, and like now they're acting like you have to. Yeah, no kidding. So, okay. That story is about the black kid that killed the white kid at the track. Yeah, I know what it is. I know. That's what I said. I haven't heard it much past Mr. Troy Star Terrain. He's a captain of the track team, captain of the football team. He had a knife on him. He alleged, the kid came to him allegedly, and he stabbed him up or something like that. There's no case yet. There's no court case yet. I'm dealing with court cases. His bond is set at $250,000. They're probably going to do some version of a GoFundMe account or something like that. Try to get the funds up. So. So it's really wild. So I'm just rolling video. Excuse me for a moment. Still got 2 for 2. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, okay. 2 for 2. 2 likes, 2. Is this already? I think she already spoke. This is interesting. But yeah, I don't touch stories. I try not to touch stories that don't have a actual court case next to them. They're not in court, I'm really not focused on it. My last few have been because they're in court, or if they're headed to court. You know, you definitely know the court, like Diddy. Diddy's definitely headed to court, so I'm waiting for that case to be done. It's been 35 minutes, and I still have 2 viewers and 2 likes. I don't know what the hell. I just nobody tells you nothing. Nobody tells you nothing. That's African American vernacular English, Ebonics as it goes. But nobody tells you anything. They'll say, if you use this version of YouTube in this way, you get 9,000 views right off the top. Boom. If you wait a few weeks, that's going to be taken from you. You're not going to be able to do that anymore. They got wise to me. See, I played a trick. I put in a cheat code, and they said, "Oh, you can't put in cheat codes." Because there's people running up. People be running up 20, 30, 40 people at one time. They don't just go away. But before, it was like 30, 40 people at one time, and they would just stay, and it would multiply, and it would multiply, and it would be exponential. It was amazing. So on our next topic, inflation has gone down. Do you mean our OUR Texas? Our next? I'm messing with you, man. I do the same thing. Trust me. I do there, and there. I do 4, 4, and 4. B and B. All those. I mess up too. Don't worry. I'm just messing with you. Yeah. So we can talk about inflation. Inflation went down. Yeah, but I don't think it should be at the hands of our commander-in-chief. It should not be in the hands of anybody in federal, state, or local governments. It should all be in private hands that inflation be included. There's no reason why we should have people who are elected officials governing our economic system. I think that's wrong. Okay, this isn't live anymore. Let me see. The live event has ended. Reuters always saves you. Reuters. And everybody's just standing around. There's cameras all over the place. Waiting, I guess, for Weinstein's entry. Like, you ain't never happy with Trump. I am never happy with Trump. I don't like Trump. I despise Trump. I think he's a horrible human being. He's anti-intellectual. He's anti-women. He's anti-thought. He's anti a lot of things. He's just anti. He's a nihilist in a lot of ways. He is a fascist in many ways. He's authoritarian in a lot of ways. So I have nothing really good to say about Trump. Very little. He's a great self-promoter. He's one of the best self-promoters. I can say that. He's one of the best self-promoters of all time. All feelings, no facts. How's the feelings and no facts when you have these dozens of women that went against him? That's anti-women. How can you say it's no all feelings, no facts when he has no clue of economic policy? That's anti-intellectualism. That's those are facts. That's reality. I'm not just saying it because I feel it. I'm saying it because it's true. It's an objective fact. Like Trump said, he can cure cancer or end world hunger, and people will still not like him. Exactly. He's that kind of guy. He can stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot a guy and still win an election. He said that out of his own mouth. That's the kind of person that America elected twice. Amazing. With felony accounts against his name, convicted felon. So I ain't never happy with Trump. When it's Trump, I dump. Forget Trump. Trying to use my words sparingly. Trump is the goat of all, nonsense, of idiocy, of backwards policy, of anti-reason, anti-thought. Yeah, you can say he's the GOAT of that, sure. Sure he's the GOAT. And the second, I thought Obama was the most evil president of all time. Up until Trump was elected. Worst president of all time, you mean? He is putting his life on the line for you and me. Not at all. Not at all. He could give a damn about you and me. You and I. Excuse me. See, I messed up right there. You and I. He can give a damn about you and I. He doesn't care. He just wants to get his own Putin-like lifestyle across to America. That's what he wants. He wants the not the authoritarian kind of tyrant lifestyle. But there is no God, but thank God there is a constitution that will prohibit him from doing a lot of the things that he wants to do. And the court system as well. I'm voting for Trump 2028. The other side is crazy. Yeah, well, the other side is bonkers too. Yeah, Kamala Harris is less than a human being and wishy-washy, and she didn't know what to say. She stumbled all over herself and mumbled. She completely collapsed in her wording when it came to interviews. She was terrible, horrible. Got 3 likes and 3 people watching. I'm not mad. I could do this all day. I should see 4 people in here. Okay. I should see if how long I can go for. I can go for 4 hours. I think maybe 5 hours. Let's see. Start out what 11. What was it? 11:15. I think close to 11:15, something like that. 11:10, something like that. Defund the police is what Sky wants. No, I do not. Defund the cartels. Defund the drug dealers. Defund all of them. That's the whole point. Make give more guns to people. Take away their malice towards each other. Put more guns in the hands of police officers. Legalize all drugs and see what happens. See what happens. We would have a robust, clean, just beautiful social system if we had that intact. If we enacted those different settings. It would be very crucial. So defund the police is an evil idea. I don't even know who dreamed that up. Like, yeah, defund the police. The very people that protect and serve our individual rights. Yeah, defund them. Yeah, that's a good idea. Make sure they don't have proper salaries and different ideas floating down their way. That's evil. Democrats did the evil people. Well, they're all Republicans are evil and Democrats. I say a pox on both houses. Like Dr. Yaron Brooks says, he got that from Shakespeare. A pox on both houses. I think it was Romeo and Juliet. He said a pox on both houses. They're awful. The Republican Party and the Democratic Party. Because when you become a politician, there are very rare, scant amount of politicians that still maintain a backbone and still maintain their spine. They either have backroom deals, they have some kind of undercover, secretive, furtive kind of idea. Let me make sure I said the right word, furtive. I'm using grammar words. Yeah, I used it right. Okay. Had to check it. But Democrats are evil and the Republicans are evil. It just depends on what level. Like this is an old saying. Republicans do wrong, Democrats do nothing. I mean, but it could be reversed. Republicans do nothing and Democrats do wrong. It could be either way. But and they say that Democrats are the smart party. No, they're not. They're backwards. They don't know what they're talking about. I've attracted the attention of Mr. Rick James. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back he's the New York Times best-selling author of Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air, and he's the follower of Ayn Rand. He's young, gifted, and black, and he's taking you into the glare. He's taking you into the glare, okay? I'm taking you into the glass for some reason. I think he meant the looking glass or something. He ran out of words. But thanks for your support, Rick James. I see that you're the only one in here, I think. It says one person viewing. I know there's probably 12 people viewing, but they only show one person. You're early, sir. Yeah, I'm very early. I'm getting ready for this trial. I'm getting ready for this Weinstein trial. Retrial, actually. It's a retrial. We have to keep in mind that he still has a 22-year sentence in California with his name on it. And he's appealing that as well. You see 4. Wow, that's interesting. He says, salute to you, Texas. All right. Still representing Trump. Okay. So it should be like, that's what I said. There should be, I think there's 12 people in the room. Maybe that's the reason why my numbers were higher. Because I couldn't see everybody that was in the room. Now it's back up. Three people like, 6 people like, 3 people viewing. So smash that like button if you haven't already. Make sure it goes up to 7. I'm still trying to, see what I can do with this stream. Man, Trump. Jesus is always with me. And he should be. He should be. Jesus walks, right? Jesus walks. And he talks. And he tells me I'm his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other can ever know. Not mas. What is not mas? No more? No more. No mas. No mas. In the upper room with Jesus. In the upper room with Jesus. The upper room. So I might just chill. I might, go off camera. I'll excuse myself, but I might just go off camera and leave it running. No, he doesn't. Papa San does not sing in church. Not in, the worship team level. No, he does not. If this count is lower than 1,000, I'm just gonna throw it away. I don't care how long it was. But if this count is lower than 1,000, I'm not going for it. I have to hit 1,000. If I can go 6,000 and 2,000 and 9,000 and 8,000, I should be able to hit 100 million. I'm worth it. I'm that good. I'm actually that good. I actually am pretty good at this. I don't think he should go free. Tomcat salutes in the building. He will not go free. Like I said, he's got a whole trial in California that has 22 years attached to it. So he has to appeal that. See if that appeal is approved of. And that's going to probably take a few years. And he's on borrowed time. He's got a lot of ailments. Salute to you, Ryan. Okay. Less than 50 away from 1K, Sky. Yeah. Less than 50 away. Exactly. 5 people in here, 6 people like though. 4 people in here. Like I said, I'm gonna just see if it's not 1,000 people, or 1,000 views. I'm just gonna pack it up and go back to the webcam. Everybody saluting one another. That's cool. Thanks for the like. Appreciate it. Thank you for the like. Didn't have to do it, but you did it. So I appreciate it. Sorry for the shakiness. What is this? Wild show so far. Yeah, real wild. I'm looking at cameras. Just people waiting. This is riveting television. I don't know. You can only get this on the internet. I don't think any of the networks, or the cable channels are showing. Maybe they have a little square, a little small caption of what's going on, but it's just people walking through halls, people sitting on steps outside the court building. It's not much anything going on at all. But when it does, that's when the floodgates are open. When they first see Harvey Weinstein, with his walker going into the prison area, or going up the ramp. I guess there's a handicap ramp, I'm sure, somewhere on the premises. I like my early shows. Well, I appreciate that, sir, but I got to do early shows, late shows, whatever show, I want. That's the beauty of it. You just have to go along for the ride. That's when the ish hits the fan, exactly. When Harvey Weinstein comes in, that's when it hits. It's going to hit hard. So 4 people in here, 7 likes. Let's try to get up to 4,000 people in here, okay? 5,000 people. That's what we have to do. I like your attitude. Your attitude is like, well, I subbed, but I'm not telling anybody else about him. That's what I wonder. Why don't you tell anyone else about this show? That's what I want to. That's my question I have to pose to y'all. Why don't you say anything to your friends? You have so many friends, and you have so many acquaintances and associates. Why don't you tell them about this show, and tell them to tell somebody? I know Rick James has. He's told many people, actually. Texas, I'm not too sure about. Rottweiler, not sure. Tomcat, not sure. We want to keep you for ourselves. Right. Okay. You can't keep it to yourself now. It's too much for me to go around. and it's only for my own benefit, too. It's not, go around for them. It's to go around for me. That was funny time. That was actually pretty good. That was a pretty good comeback. How many hats you have? I have dozens of hats, I think. Mainly ball caps. I have a lot of ball caps and snapbacks. I have like 4 of these kind of style hats, like the trilbies, and I think I have a gray fedora. I have a straw trilby. I have 2 straw trilbies and another black trilby for some reason. I have no idea why I have 2 of the same hat. But I guess if something happened to one, I wouldn't have to worry about the other one. Thank you, Tomcat. Appreciate it. 5 viewers, 7 likes, not mad. Exactly. Thank you, Rick James. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's just people walking in, some cops standing around, I think. Security guards or something like that. Security for the courthouse. People with, I guess, press badges. They have a few cameras set up. It's a pork pie, not a pork pie. It's a trilby. Sky needs a MAGA hat. No, I don't. Unless it's make a good argument. That's it. MAGA means make a good argument. That would get some views. Yeah, it probably would. But I wouldn't have my integrity. My integrity comes first. It's probably why I don't have 1 billion views to begin with. If I had just lost my integrity and, said, Trump is the greatest president ever. Oh, my God, he's awesome. And somebody's going to take this clip, and I'm going to hit him with a strike, too. But, they're going to say that, I'm like, nah, can't do that. Do you really want the man to die in prison? Throw the first stone. Of course, I want. He's he's a subhuman. He's not even a human being. I mean, literally, he's a human being. He has, a conscience. He has, attributes of a human being, physical attributes as well as spiritual attributes. But he's so horrific. He's such a horrible person that he can't be counted as a whole human being. Integrity counts, exactly. I clipped that. I'm sure you did clip it. And I will hit you with a copyright strike if you use it in one of your videos. He made great movies, sir. Like what? Home Alone 2, Lost in the. Are you talking Trump? He made good movies. He was in, what was his other movie? He was in another movie. I can't remember. I think he was in. He might have been in Sex and the City too. I can't remember. I think he did make an appearance. Yeah, he was on Sex and the City. Yep, I remember that. He was in a few TV shows too. The people saying he should die in prison should not be allowed to watch Pulp Fiction, Kill Bill, Halloween, etc. That's where you have to separate the man from the art or the profession or something like that. He may have, allowed for awesome movies to have been made. I was thinking when he was starring, if he was a guest star, but he was obviously a producer. You have to separate all that. That has to be taken away. I know you're talking. At first, I thought you were still talking about Trump, but now I realize you're talking about Harvey Weinstein. So Weinstein, yeah, he was a super producer. He was a super producer. Yeah, he made great movie. He greenlit and provided funding for great movies. Great movies. However, that does not give him credence to be an ogre and a horrific human being, quote unquote. So going on an hour now, 3 viewers. I just love that. I love that fact. I love that. I love that. That's so cool. Just the reality of it. I just love the reality of it. Like I was imagining, I was imagining, this live to go up to 30, 40, 50, 60 real fast. They found something. They're like, no, nigga. You ain't gonna get away. You ain't gonna get, no money like that. You have to slow that down. We have to slow you down. What is this? People are complicated. I forgave Paula Dean, and I'm a black man. Fact. Well, you can forgive Paula Dean. You can forgive Paula Dean. But this is what Paul Mooney used to say. Paul Mooney said, these MFers can cook. They could cook. Where were they when they were in slavery? They had the big black mammy cooking, all the fried chicken and the greens and the pheasant and she was preparing all the meals. But oh no, Paula Dean can cook and Rachel Ray can cook and all these different people. The what's her name? The Prairie Woman can cook. All of them can cook. They're descendants. the descendants from slavery. Maybe not direct descendants, but you know what I mean. But you know the idea. Who was in the kitchen? Paula Deen didn't do nothing wrong. I don't see a problem with what she said. Oh, she said the N word. Oh, now her career is over. Okay, that's awful. That doesn't make any sense to me. She said nigger. Okay, so she said nigger. So what? I don't understand. People must recognize and choose the good as any compromise with evil ultimately benefits the only evil. So exactly. Ayn Rand had a great illustration of it. You put food and food together, what do you get? Food. You get poison and poison together, you get what? Poison. You get food and poison together, what do you get? Poison. So you're always going to get poison when you mix food and poison together. Food isn't going to win against poison. That's a compromise that you can never make, or you ought never make. It's between food and poison. It wasn't just ninja, sir. She had a slavery-themed wedding. Oh my God, I didn't know that. Well, again, that's her custom. I don't have to support her like legitimately. I can boycott her show. I can not watch her. I can tell other people, don't watch Paula Deen. And that's apparently is what has happened. I think she got pulled from the shelves. She's her cooking show's over. It's serious. All kinds of people were slaves. Yeah, of course. Of course. People going millennia. Way back. Greeks were slaves. Jews were slaves. That's where you get the word slave from. The Slavs, S-A-L-A-V. The Slavic people were slaves. It goes back millennia. I know that. But I'm saying in context, in the black context of American FBA slavery. That's the difference. There weren't too many Greeks. There weren't too many Slavs. There weren't too many Jews picking cotton and tobacco and what it was, and sugar cane in certain areas. Sky, you know what's up. Yeah, I know what's up. Thank you. I appreciate that. I own a couple of her cookbooks. Well, that's awesome. Hope you use her recipes. Now we're going to make nigger pie. and all my little nigglets are going to help me, okay? They're going to put chocolate covered, they're going to cover their face in chocolate a mousse or chocolate icing and walk around and help me make this recipe. If y'all don't mind. Tomcat says, a person who has done great things can be diminished by bad things if those bad things are significant, consistent, or indicative of a flawed character. Very concise, very on-point commentary, Tomcat. I'm very not surprised, but I'm very appreciative of that kind of wording. It's not in your normal comment section response. I would let Princess Paula D. He meant to say Paula Deen. Slap me around. Fact. Well, if she could, she might. You guys are closer in age than you may think. You're probably around the same age. You're what, 75, 76, Mr. Rick James? Yeah, we're at the same age. He says we're at the same age. Okay. So who is in here? Rick James, Tomcat, and Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Those are the three people that show up that are registered. That's the register to me. There could be 30,000 people in here, but I wouldn't know because the algorithm is goofy. She's 77, white woman in America. Yes. White woman in America. See, that's one thing she can't escape. This is the power of morality. You can't escape something. Some things, depending on how you do things and what you do to things, you know, you can't escape whatever happens, no matter what. It can't be escaped. She can start her own, you know, a business in Belize. She can have her own business in Taiwan, in Haiti, in Taipei, in um, Thailand. She can make billions of dollars. I'm just pleased to find another objectivist on YouTube. Well, I'm glad to see that, Tomcat. Mr. Troy Star Terrain is an objectivist as well. And so is Dr. Euron Brooke. 77 white women in America so she remembers when people acted how they were supposed to back in the day. When niggers and bitches knew their places. Tomcat, do you know any other objectivist TV shows? Oh, God. There are no objectivist TV shows, first and foremost. The only objectivist TV shows really were the interviews that Ayn Rand was a guest to. Those are the closest things to objectivist TV shows. There are romantic television shows like Charlie's Angels in the 70s. There's maybe ER in the 90s. You know, that was kind of naturalistic though in a way. But you know, just a varied few. Current day. Wow, I'm gonna have to look for it. Okay. Mr. Sunshine. Mr. Sunshine is an excellent show that comes on, I think, Netflix. Definitely check that out. May I suggest Sister Who, Obey the Walrus, and Unwind with the Sweeties? Rick James, you're kind of destroying people's minds by saying that. I cannot agree with that. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to take that away, Rick James. Took that away. Those are not objective shows. I had to take that away, sir. Thank you for your recommendations, Richard. Okay. Tomcat, they are not recommendations for objectivist TV. There is no such thing as objectivist TV unless Ayn Rand was a part of it. Salute the king. Ayn Rand would likely condemn the actions of both Harvey Weinstein and Paula Deen, viewing them as morally reprehensible and contrary to the principles of objectivism. Absolutely. You need to capitalize objectivism, but that was a beautiful statement as well. For Paula Deen, she would have been like economic boycott, you know, complete, you know, disregard and social ostracism against her. For Harvey Weinstein, she would have said legal action. You know, definitely crimes were committed. He was charged with 3 counts of rape. You know, that's the reason why he's in prison right now. Salute the king. I was just sitting there. What was it? Yesterday or the other day? Might have been Sunday. I think it was Sunday. I appreciate you, King. Thank you very much. Salute to King Hazy. I got in on the situation. It was a pretty stimulating conversation. There was a young man. This is what I love about gang members. This is the sad thing and the tragedy of gang members. You know, they want to have some kind of ideal. They have some kind of sensibility, especially the Crips. The Crips were the first ones. They started it. The California Revolution in progress. They have an idea of history. They have an idea of economics. They have an idea of thought and intelligence. But it's such a violent, vicious way to be in the gangs. So it's like, it's jarring. It's very difficult to try to pin down. Yes, sir. I appreciate you stopping through. Anytime you want, you're welcome. Yes, I subscribed, so I know I have the bell every time it comes on. Every time you guys go on, I'm gonna be on there if I can make it. I definitely will be there. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. So this is interesting to me. I don't know what we're supposed to do. Everybody's on their phone. Everybody's looking up. Just waiting around. When does this thing start? Dead rabbits were way before the Crips. I didn't know that. I don't even know what the dead rabbits are. I never heard about the dead rabbits. I'm just giving an example of what was originally the basis for this gang activity. It was more intellectually driven. It was an offspring of the Black Panther Party, which was horrific and evil, but at least they had some kind of semblance of order. They had a semblance of um, thinking about, having forward thinking and things of that nature. It's probably going in a whole, another courtroom. Exactly. That's what's going to happen. Exactly. I think you said it right, King. I think you said it right. But I got it on 2 screens. I should have it on more screens, I guess. But I think whatever part 81 is going to be the door where he will most likely go in through, possibly. Four people in here, 7 likes. You already know how the rest goes. I don't even know if these people know they're being filmed. I doubt it. Maybe there's a camera out there, maybe there's not. I don't know. But everybody's looking down. Or most people are looking down. Looking at their phones. Have their arms crossed. In that waiting posture, just waiting and waiting and waiting. What's going to happen? I have to look that up again. One more trial. It doesn't say. Doesn't say. He's 73 years old. Yeah, he's on borrowed time. He's definitely on borrowed time. He's got ways to go. 4 people in here, 8 likes. Oh man. Excuse me a moment. I'll be right back. New York's finest, the pigeons, are out tonight. Tap back in when I finish homeschooling if you're still alive. Okay, I got you, King. It's probably going on a whole another corner. How's Diddy been doing? I have no idea what Diddy's doing. I checked up on news brief. His hair is pretty much completely gray. He's looking sullen. He's looking low. He's not looking at his best. He's preparing for the May 5th. Less than a month away. His trial date. That will be the 21st century. The trial of the century for the 21st century so far. Be Diddy's case. Not even Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein was like, eh. But Diddy's will be much bigger and more impactful. I need to turn into Marvin Sapp, start charging y'all $40 so I can get this money. But I'm not charging anybody money until I get the 1,000 subscriptions and the public hours watched. That's when I'll him up people for the money, for super stickers and super chats. Because then I have to pay taxes most likely. So we're down to one person. Two people. I'm just saying what I see. This is what I see. Y'all might see something different, but I see two people viewing, one person viewing. Damn taxes, yeah. We can get rid of them. There weren't before 1913 income taxes, and the Federal Reserve, they came in at the same time. Federal income taxes. It can be reversed. But we don't need to worry about taxes so much as regulations and controls over on our businesses. That's what we really need to do. Once we get that in order, then we can say, okay, why have taxes on these various entities? Are a lot of people walking out of the building now? I don't know what that means. It's a flood of people walking out now. This is something that just ended, I think, at 12:30. So, Democrats brought federal income taxes. Okay, and Republicans continue to use them. They didn't. It wasn't like the Republicans said, "Oh no, we got to not do this." They went along with them. What was Woodrow Wilson? I think Woodrow Wilson was the guy. He was a. He was a Democrat, yeah. Woodrow Wilson, one of the worst presidents of all time. Brought in sales tax in 1913. Let me see. Biden, Obama, Woodrow Wilson, worst president of all time in that order. Jimmy Carter is fourth. You're missing Nixon. You're missing Johnson. You're missing both Johnsons, Andrew Johnson and LBJ, and both Roosevelts. You're missing both Roosevelts. You're missing, of course, Trump. No kidding there. So you got some people that you're missing as well. But most presidents, if their name isn't Lincoln or Washington, were horrific, just terrible human beings. Maybe the next best would probably be Thomas Jefferson. So Washington, Jefferson, and Lincoln are probably the best presidents of all time. These are top 4 worst. Okay. Trump will never be considered a bad president, sir. He's not a bad president. He's a terrible president. He's a horrific president. He's worse than bad. Bad is giving him too much credit. He's horrific. You have to add Biden in there too. Biden is a terrible president. Well, he's terrible to mediocre. I don't know. He was like a do nothing or do anything right kind of president. He botched a lot of things. He did terrible regulations on certain businesses. Do you like? I respect Abraham Lincoln. He was more of the most intellectual president we've had in the past. What were we going on? Were we going 100? Is that 150 years almost? Something like that. 160 years? 160 years? Yeah, I think it is 160 years. Like 1865. So I knew he's gonna try to do this. I knew he was gonna try to reel me in. So you're okay with federal overreach? Because Lincoln definitely did federal overreach. That's what he's gonna say to me. It probably has to do with something with slavery. Has to do something with that. What is your gripe, Texas? What do you want to say? Would you try to gotcha? Try to do me in a gotcha moment. I know what you're trying to do. So you're okay with federal overreach? Like, I never said that, but he's insinuating that. It's the argument from intimidation. Ayn Rand quoted that concept. She initialized that concept. Argument for intimidation. So 1 person viewing, I think that's Texas, and 8 likes. I'm not mad. First of all, slavery bad, agreed. Freedom good, slavery bad. I mean, like, if you want to make it that simplistic, obviously slavery was horrific, completely haunting. The stain on this country's consciousness, the original sin of this country will never be never be unblemished. There's always gonna be a stain. You can put bleach on it. You can try to scratch it out. You can put white out on it. It's still gonna bleed through with blood. First of all, slavery. Yeah. Okay. I was making sure I read the right one. I'm gonna keep going though. I'm gonna keep going until some action happens. All right. And he says savory. We make mistakes. It's all in the comment section. It's all right. So you're okay with some federal overreach, but not total overreach? What is your example of overreach? Please give me the example. You're good with facts. You're good with giving me specific examples and drawing up links. If you give me specific examples, then I will say okay. It depends on what it is. I still don't know what you mean by federal overreach. with a federal overreach to, and have Fort Sumter, the first shots fired of the Civil War. Social Security and Medicaid are exempt. Oh, of course. I thought you were talking about Lincoln. Yeah, Social Security and Medicaid should be completely abolished. They definitely should be abolished. Now, there's the distinction. People think, oh my God, they're going to take my Social Security. No, calm down. People in the lost generation or the GI generation or the baby boomers, all the way up to about millennials, maybe. Maybe that could be the cutoff. But Generation Z, be percentage less or none. And alpha and beta, definitely none or very, very little percentage, of going towards their taxes. Because they're Ponzi scheme. Social Security is a Ponzi scheme, and Medicare is corrupt because it forces doctors to do what they don't want to do. They don't want to. They want to charge their own prices, and Medicare prevents that from happening. They force it, especially the Affordable Care Act. It forces doctors and medical staff to do things that are against their rational self-interest. At the very least, states should get the chance to choose if they want Social Security or Medicare, right? I mean, as it stands, yes, that's true, but there should be no Social Security, Medicare, period. And we can do without them. We can do fine just without them. If we get rid of regulations and controls, we would have more money to create more opportunities to produce than the throttling of our economy. Facts. Everyone just needs to stop being unhealthy pose. Piece of S, is that what you're saying? So you're not okay with all the other, well, excuse me. You're not okay with all overreach, just some overreach. Got it. No, I'm not okay with any overreach. I'm not okay with any overreach. I just stated clearly there should be no Social Security or Medicaid or Affordable Care Act or any of those. I mean, we should get rid of regulations and controls, like I said. We should get rid of all these things. And at the very last thing to go should be the welfare state. Welfare state should, definitely go, should go, but it'll be the last thing to go. That's what I said. So the security guards are standing outside the door still. Oh, here we go. So how can you call Lincoln a great president, in your opinion, if you don't like federal overreach? Give me an example of Lincoln's federal overreach. I think you meant overreach. I didn't think Lincoln was such a great president. I thought he was an intellectual president. He was the last intellectual president we had. I got you. I understand. So slavery, yeah. So what about slavery? What about it? Lincoln was against it. Sorry, I'm using talk to text. It's all good. I'm messing with you. I don't even use talk to text, and I'll be messing up. I'll be messing up words. So I'm just messing with you. There's a guy with like 3 or 4 badges. I don't know if those are press badges or what. I don't know what those are for. Slavery was already up to the states using Lincoln until Lincoln made it a federal law. Lincoln made slavery a federal law? Is that what you're saying? Are you sure about that? Give me the Carfax on that. Give me the Carfax. What are you talking about? He made it a federal law. Slavery? Lincoln made slavery a federal law? What are you saying? What are you saying? Give me the Carfax. You have a blue wrench. You can give me links. I will go to them. I will check that out quickly. Lincoln made it illegal to own slaves. Yeah, okay. That was already up in the States. Well, that's what I'm saying that's what it should be for everything. If it's something evil and vicious and nasty and disgusting, obviously it has to be taken over. Just like states shouldn't be, the ones that govern drugs nowadays in current era. It should be an overreach for, for the United States federal government to say legalization across the board. Complete decriminalization across the board for drugs. I totally agree with that. So I'm saying you are okay with some overreach, just not all. It depends what the other overreach is. You're not giving me enough context. You give me. Oh well, Lincoln made slavery federal. What are the other ones? What are the other options I have besides the one I just gave you, the modern day overreach? Which I don't even know the proper word, if it is overreach. It just should be made law across the board. Maybe that's the word, across the board. Seems like you're trying to catch me in a gotcha moment. Like, haha, got him. He said one thing and he's saying another. Got him. We're up to 5 viewers again. I have no idea how the algorithm gods shine upon you and then they look down upon you and it's like low and it's like that's what it is. I have no problem with states deciding what drugs are legal. I'm with you. I believe states should have the right to decide. You're not with me. I don't think states should have the right to decide. It should be across the board federal law that all scheduled narcotics be decriminalized and legalized. Cocaine, heroin, mescaline, all that. Everything that's scheduled. Marijuana. It's only up to the states, but it should be across the entire United States, and we'll see how much cartels and things they'll have to go to different. That's the thing. They're like they'll slither. They'll find their way into another business. Betting or something like that. But it won't. I don't think betting will have people's heads on posts. In Mexico and stuff like that. And people's families being butchered. I don't like your wording. I don't like the word overreach. I don't like the word over. Your wording is a little weird. You have weird wording. You like overreach. Like it's violating something. Like I don't want the government to violate anyone's rights. I want them to uplift and uphold and defend rights. If you call that overreach, then that's what it is. You would rather have a total and absolute federal power as long as it aligns with your beliefs. Doesn't align with my beliefs. It aligns with reality. It aligns with reason. It aligns with truth. All drugs should be legalized. That's a truth. Everyone who's 18 years old should be able to smoke crack, shoot heroin, smoke methamphetamine, smoke marijuana, snort cocaine. Everyone in America should be able to do that, no matter what state you're in. Facts. See, right? Okay. Who's this? Tom Shaw. It can't be taxed. It will be legal. If it can't be taxed, it won't be legal. This is the thing. When you have a substance such as drugs, the manufacturing, the production will not be taxed. The consumption will be taxed. That's the only thing that will be taxed. It should be taxed in a free society. What's a slippery slope? What's the next? How is it a slippery slope? Where's it going? Where's the next part that's slippery? How is it a slippery slope? What in your mind is the next part that says, "Whoa, we're going down the hill and it's going down fast. Oh my God, it's getting real slippery over here. We might, fly off our skis." Yeah, we seen them in game. What's wrong with same-sex marriage? What's wrong with it? That's a great example. It was started in Massachusetts and a few other states picked up on it, and then the entire country picked up on it. I don't see a problem with that. If same-sex couples want to get together and be as miserable as other married people, so be it. I kid, I joke, I'm joking, but that's what it is. All right, something's over with on there, on this other channel. Sky, you most definitely would have been a hippie back in the day. No, the first hippie was Immanuel Kant. Look up Immanuel Kant. That was the first hippie, according to Ayn Rand. According to Ayn Rand. And how would you qualify that statement? What is the reason why you would say that? I'm just curious. Now he's going on to me. That's very good. That's very good. Send me $10 and I'll and I'll look it up. That was cute. That was cute. That was cute. That's one of my tactics. You put in something. You give me $10 and then I'll tell you. I'll let you know. That was cute, sir. And that shows that your argument was very weak. I respect you, sir, but respectfully, it was very weak. Say I would have been a hippie in the day. I could be a hippie today. What's wrong with that? I'm not a hippie. Immanuel Kant is a hippie. Was a hippie. Yes, Rick James is back. Back in the flesh. Back in the flesh. I don't know which one is live. I don't know. They're in a different place. I'm ready for some Harvey. I'm not ready for Harvey. I'm ready for him to go back to the piss hole he was in. He's not enjoying his time in Rikers. That's a good thing. Some things are weird about jail. Jail's weird. Jail is about rehabilitation, but it's also about punishment. And it's also about, I think just those two things. If you commit a crime and you got 10 years left, you got 20 years, you're gonna come out, and you were 18, 20 years old. You're gonna come out, later in your 30s and 40s. That means we have to rehabilitate you. We have to correct you. We have to correct your actions. You have to be on this reduced level of, liberation and your lifestyle. But we have to give you some kind of training for some kind of industry, some kind of work, something like that, and do what you're gonna do. But other people that have life sentences and stuff like that, I have nothing for them. I have, people that raped and killed kids, people that raped women, people that have defrauded people, people that have, raped, killed, murdered, everything, all that. I don't think you should see the light of day. I don't think you should be let out. Only 23 hour light, daylight. That's it. An hour out of the 23 or 24 hours of daylight. That's it. Jail is a business. That's facts. It shouldn't be. It should be all government. There should be no private prisons. I don't think there should be private prisons. Correct me. Change my mind. I'm with the sign. Change my mind. Why there should be private prisons. The times I've been to jail haven't been too bad. It's a moment to breathe from the craziness of the work. Fact. Rick James, you have a hell of a life. Somebody's got to write a book. I might have to write a book on your life. You've been in the military. You've been in jail. You were in office work. You've traveled the world. You got a story to tell. You got an adventurous life. That's a crazy statement, but I understand what he means. Yeah, that's Rick James. That's Mr. Rick James, Sir James. Mike Tyson said going to jail was the best a moment of his life. I heard him say that. Yeah, I heard that. I did hear him say that. It was the best thing that ever happened to him. And the late great Paul Mooney said, everybody except Mike Tyson. He said, put me in jail and put another lock on it. He didn't give a damn about going to jail. Tom, yeah, because he had a crazy ass ex-wife. Yeah, the craziest thing ever done is a lady boys in Thailand. Are you watching White Lotus? I think White Lotus is wrapped up. I'm trying to get to the finale. I'm in the middle of it right now. They have one scene. It's crazy. The guy says he's got he was with just women, just girls every night. He was just with girls all the time. And then he had this one girl peg him. And he felt, okay, that was different. And then he had a few lady boys peg him. Then he just had men rail him. This is kind of nasty. It's kind of disgusting. But he had men rail him, during that. And he was like really into it. And he's like, I could get used to this. Like, I don't know about all that. So Rick James, you are not a heterosexual man. You are a bisexual man. Am I mispronouncing that? Am I saying that correctly? You watching some gay stuff? Well, I think the guy Mike White is a homosexual. He's a gay guy. It's a good show though. It is actually a good show. Let me make sure. Hold on, I'm looking for it right now. Personal. His partner Josh. Yeah, so it's a gay guy. Gay guy. He's got a mammy on there. Oh, it's beautiful hatred. It's beautiful hatred. He's got a mammy. He's got incest going on. It's wild. It's all over the place. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's all about breakfast. That's what's them waking up and eating breakfast together and talking ish. That's gangsta love. I'm human and sexual, sir. I will sleep with anything human. Okay. Damn, Mr. James. I hope you are trolling. Hard to tell these days. No, I don't think he's trolling. I doubt to see if he's trolling. I think he's telling the truth. Yeah, he's definitely telling the truth. Rick James has a full life. He's done a lot of things he may regret, a lot of things he's very proud of, but he's got a full life. Full life. Uh-oh, slow down. That's a good point. Yeah, Carnage. I didn't even pick up on that. That's a good point. Mr. James said anything human, so that means he doesn't care about age. He don't care about age. It's in a registered Republican. I don't younger than 19, sir. Okay, so he cleaned that up. I was gonna say, Rick James, you said anything human. Children are humans too. Gotta protect our kids. I don't care who you are. But you cleaned it up. I appreciate that. Nothing younger than 19. All right. I will pray for you, Mr. James. You're in the 19 out of here. Bumbleclaws in the building. I see you. I went to my dispensary yesterday. And they had a new strain called Diddy Haze. Oh, Jesus. Do you smoke that? What happens to you? Do you pass out? Did somebody come stroking your face and feeling all over your body or something like that when you do Diddy Haze? Salute to Bumbleclot. Salute to you, sir. I'm listening to the this female talking. How did this become an LGBTQ LMNOP chat? I have no idea. I don't know where we're going. I'm about to get off in 6 minutes. Less than 6 minutes, though. That's the same thing. We can go on for another hour. No, I'm waiting to see if we get some action. That's all I'm waiting on. That's what I'm waiting on. I'll go on for another hour if you give me 10 more people or $20 more. That's a fact. I'll go on for a whole hour. Whole another hour. But I'm waiting for some action to happen. So it might be for free anyway. This isn't for free. This is for money, but let's not get it twisted. You see 9 likes? I see 8. Can we get 5 more people in here just to make it a party? Just to make it a party. Let's see. 6 more people to make it a party. Let's see. Where's son? I have no idea. He's probably working. Or I don't know. He's somewhere out there getting his grind on, getting his hustle up, bagging up to work. I don't know. Allegedly. I have no idea what he's doing. He probably got the notification. Probably said, oh, damn, I'm at work. I can't do nothing. Can't call him. I can't get on the webs, the interwebs. Greg, I don't know where Greg S is. I don't know where Courtney is. I don't know where Chelsea with their glasses is. They just ghost. They don't say anything. They just say, you know what? I'm done with this nigga. F this nigga. I got nothing to do with him. Yeah, I still see security guards outside. Do you see what I see? Anybody know that song? They fake ninjas. Where's Spirits? Yeah, Spirit Smooth Tunes. Yeah, Spirit Smooth Tunes gave me good money. I don't know what else I had to do for him. He said one thing. He said like it was a studio note. He was like, make sure you tell him about the site, and I did. And I haven't heard from him since. I don't know what happened to him. But I appreciate the money he gave me already. He gave me good money. Bussy Carnage. Bum with you in here. It is a Bussy Carnage. They're going back and forth now. I got about 30 seconds left. Less. I'm getting out of here. I might pull it back up if I see Harvey Weinstein somewhere, but I don't see anything happening. So I'd like to thank everybody that came through. I may come back later on today. It's been 2 hours. I appreciate everybody that was here. And I will see you soon, probably rather than later. Take care.